911, what's the location of the emergency? And what's going on there?
They're fighting.
They're fighting? Who is fighting?
My mom and her husband. Y'all see my grandma standing right there. Now y'all make her fall. I know, so I'm killing every single one of y'all. And I put that on my daddy one.
Has anybody been injured?
Man, not yet, but y'all need to hurry up.
They're coming as fast as they can. Okay, has anyone been drinking or doing any drugs?
Both of them been drinking. Hello, sir, can you please hurry?
They're coming as fast as they can. Can you move away from them so I can hear you?
Sir, I can't. I'm trying to hurt her back. I'm killing him.
Are you okay?
She just hit me across my face.
How old are you?
I'm 14. I'm bleeding in my mouth. And I'm bleeding. No, girl, it really hurt like I actually got punched in my nose. So they here.
No matter the situation or who's to blame, the child is always the victim, separated from their homes, their family, and their friends, thrust traumatically into the dependency court and now watched over by the state. Know this, the children are not to blame. They have become part of a sad and confusing world through no fault of their own. And with our foster care system overwhelmed with the influx of abused, neglected, or abandoned children, who speaks on their behalf? Who looks out for their best interests, wants, and needs? Who works directly with these children?
When I first came here, I didn't have anything. I didn't have shoes, I didn't have clothes. And first day I came here, he took me, he met, so I can made friends, I can buy him clothes and everything else I need. He gives you what you need, not what you want, unless you really need that want.
Once I was put into foster care, I didn't trust many people. It was a new place and many faces. I just didn't feel comfortable, and with the Guardian, it helped me to become more comfortable with the system. If ever I had a problem, I could always speak with my previous Guardian with Litem, and he'd be able to help me out with whatever issues and just give me some advice.
The fact is, there are over 43,000 children in Florida's dependency system, with 30,000 of them placed in out-of-home care, separated from their families. The strain on the system is immense.
Volunteers have a very, very interesting job in our program. They are primarily information gatherers, they are community advocates, and they are advocates for the child in terms of their best interest and seeing that their needs are being met. And finally, one of the most important aspects of their role is that they make specific recommendations to the court regarding the best interests of the child and the welfare of the child.
So, who helps support the work of the Guardian ad litem volunteers? Children's Guardian Fund.
Our purpose is to raise funds to provide support for the children that have been placed in the Guardian program. We provide help in ways that you and I assumed were automatic when we were growing up. Baseball gloves, bicycle helmets, maybe a decent pair of shoes for the 8th grade dance party. Now these things aren't life-threatening issues, but these kids have been dealt a pretty raw hand. And it's nice to be able for them to, every now and then, wake up in the morning and look forward to something.
The Guardian Fund is a godsend. I mean, these kids have, a lot of them even have not had a birthday cake. I mean, they haven't even gone to a store, some of them. So when we get them and we take them to a store, they're in awe. They're in total shock. You take them out to eat, they just are amazed. When we do want to do something big with them, because they've had nothing, the Guardian Fund is there to help.
Even in the best of conditions, these children are frequently bounced around from foster home to foster home. Many have had numerous case managers over a short period of time. The Guardian ad litem volunteer is the one constant in their young, traumatized lives.
The system is very large, and some of these caseworkers who work for the coalition have 10 to 15 cases. I have these boys in another case. I'm involved. I'm there for them. I'm always ready, willing and able to take care of some of their needs, and if they're not being paid attention to by the system, I need to do something to make the system work. I need to get to court. I need to tell the judge. I need to tell the magistrate. I need to be able to emphasize the needs that these boys have. The system is very large. They need guardians to take care of kids individually.
Without the Guardian ad litem volunteers and Children's Guardian Fund, how would these children be able to cope with their situation?
I appreciate everything he did, because without him, we couldn't do nothing like this. None of this stuff, stuff like this, parents we live with, we'll still be somewhere off, messed up, doing stuff we weren't supposed to be doing. But with Mike, he keeps us in line. He makes sure we get good things. Like, if I need some shoes or something, he'll go get me a pair of shoes, clothes, anything. He'll be there and get it for me.
To advocate on the children's behalf is the role of the Guardian Ad Litem volunteers. They go into foster and caregiver homes, inspect their surroundings, talk with their counselors, teachers, and doctors. Then report and recommend to the court what is in the best interest of the child.
What our judges have come to learn is that our Guardian volunteers provide the court with a very independent and objective viewpoint about what is going on with the status of the case, as well as how things are going for the child.
In my opinion, I can't say enough good things about the Guardian Ad Litems because they are my extra set of eyes and ears. And another wonderful thing about the Guardian Ad Litems that I've worked with is they're a wide variety of people with different life experiences. They volunteer their time. And above all else, most of the Guardians I've met have common sense. And their absolute concern about the best interest of the child is wonderful.
For the foster care parents, knowing that the Children's Guardian Fund is there is a great relief.
It takes a lot of pressure away. Where we live here in Northport, it's a fee every month for him to catch a bus from the school to the Boys and Girls Club. And I think it's either $25 a month, which Mike made sure that the Guardian Ad Litem Fund covered that, and they also has a fee, a registration fee that is covered through the Guardian Ad Litem. If the kids need anything under any circumstances, I never felt that I couldn't call Mike for some advice or some assistance.
The primary source for funding for our program comes through our nonprofit, and it's called the Children's Guardian Fund. And it exists to raise funds to help us assist getting things for the children, to provide things that they would normally have if they were in a home that was not dysfunctional. And the program also assists us with our volunteer recruitment and training efforts, and it plays a big part in the community in helping the community become more aware of what we do with our program. The state of Florida at this point does not provide specific funding for many of the things that our nonprofit Children's Guardian Fund can provide for the children.
I think they are now turning out to be young men. They were very young when I met them, and I think through the guardianship they understand a lot more.
You may ask, what can I do to help these children too? It can be done with a financial gift to the Children's Guardian Fund. Or you can immediately apply to become a Guardian Ad Litem volunteer and be in a position to directly influence and make a positive change in the life of a child.
One of my kids took great joy in saying she had a birth mother, a foster mother, and a guardian. And she really loved having the three of us there for her, I think.
And I tell each child, I said, when I go to court, the one thing when I put in my report is, what does the child want to do? What is the child's wishes? And that's what I express to the court.
So even working people can do this job, and it's very fulfilling when you walk and you see your child and they run and wrap their arms around you, and that's such a good feeling because they trust you and you're important in their lives.
To find out more information about the Children's Guardian Fund or how to become a Guardian Ad Litem volunteer, call 941-861-4875 or simply visit their websites. You can make a positive difference in a child's life. Speaking on behalf of children who have no voice is truly its own reward. Won't you too give of your time and talents or financial gifts to help the children? Become a Guardian Ad Litem volunteer. Support the Children's Guardian Fund.